Would you believe it? In England, they still use these kind of keys. You can. I'm going to go have a lock made with 6 of these keys. I think this lock is broken, but I'm not sure if I can fix it or not. If there's any doubt, see it sticks. Where is it? But if you get it just right, it'll go. That's not good enough. So I'm going to unscrew these 2 screws here, take the key out, and see what we have going on in there. Use my no cry screwdriver. I don't care about the screws. It almost felt like it broke. Oh, it's just a little baby. A little baby. Don't want to drop that. See that magnetism work on it? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that beauty right on the end. Up she goes. Where she lands, nobody knows. Round and round. I'm listening to a guy named Whitley Strieber on YouTube. He's a bona fide alien. He's in contact with aliens on a daily basis. They wake him up in the middle of the night and make him meditate with him. And he's in his 70s, I would think. And this has been going on since he was 6 that he can remember. So all his life he's had all these strange things happening to him. And yet still people shake their head and think, no, can't be. Can't really trust him. Did he really do that? Did he make it up? I need a flat blade screwdriver. So there's a couple of screws I can take off. I'm going to cut for a minute. I can't do it with one hand. And then we'll look and see what's in there. It's a bit windy out here, so I'll do this on the other side of the wind. Okay, we put the new lock in, and it works beautiful. All the keys work, but it's hitting on the jamb over here. Here we go. So I made a pencil mark where this is hitting. See? I made a pencil mark around there. Now, what I do now, we'll be going into the wind from. I have to make this quick. I transferred the mark over to here, and I've got to push this up a 1/4 inch or 5 mil, something like that. So I've marked it with straight edge that I wanted to take out. And then I've taken a razor knife, Stanley knife, or whatever you call them, and chopped into it. And oh, it's cold out. Okay, this is going to be me as a last resort, trimming the bottom of a garden gate door. That's the garden gate. Is it a gate door? Just a garden gate that's sticking. Now, I have a belt sander, but I wasn't smart enough to bring it, so I'm just going to have at it. Let's just see if that's enough. There's the big gouge at the bottom. Shit. Anyway, there's up against there, so it's opening and closing now. Nobody's gonna care if that thing is sticking and the lock is turning. Oh yeah, we're not doing a lock video. So I took off way too much. I didn't need to take off that much. It gouged it right in there, didn't I? But it's a garden gate. It's gonna work again. Bye. Well, I'm gonna try and take some more off. Even it up a little bit. I get a different blade on here this time. I really only want to take like a blade length away. Anyway, it's wavy as the ocean. It's wavy as the ocean. Oh, it's still sticking. Still sticking. I think I need to clean up this bottom edge a little bit. Take out some of the highs or the lows. Wow! I wonder how much of that you got. Oh, it keeps getting thicker and thicker. Now, right up to the oh, we need to stop the tape. Stop the tape. Okay, I found a brutal way to do these cutting. Now, I'll have to come back with my belt sander. Give it some more. It's sticking where the lock mechanism now. I think that's going to have to be good enough. Finish that off with some sandpaper or something. I know it's brutal, but that's going to work for me. Now this is the final part of this door making saga. Not making, what am I talking about? Trimming the door and fitting the lock. I wanted to use my, what is it? Dremel on this job. I did manage to use it a little bit because the door was sticking on the inside here. So I took this drill bit and just used it like that, up and down, and the wood was actually rotten enough to get down where I needed. And when I put this plate on, I had to be mindful that it needed to be over more. Up was okay, but you know, I got to hold it snug. I did one little test fit. So that's the story there. This screw is drilled in at an angle. It's not a really big screw. Probably could put a bigger one in there, a bit more security. But then over here is the door. And even looking at it down the side, it's a little bit lumpy, but I got a belt sander. But the problem now is it's sticking where the lock is. And so I've wasted all this time doing this when I really should have done it the right way to begin with, was just take it off and trim some off the back side. I thought I could get away with just doing that, but when I relieved that, really, it was sticking really bad at the bottom, and it wasn't sticking anyplace else. But when I took off that bottom place, it started sticking all over the place. So that's why I had to trim all that off. Yeah, anybody that does woodwork will be screaming, but sorry, the job's done now, except for a little bit more sanding if I decide to bring the belt sander and putting some paint on it. And anyway, the Dremel was practically useless. And then to top it all off, the damn thing, the cable, the extension lead is shorting out, and it's quitting. And it's not had very much use, really. It's been lightly used. Booger.